What if the world wasn't ran by corrupt governments and massive corporations? What if it looked more like a world where you had the right to pick the citizenship of the government you trusted in the most? And if you didn't like that government, you could simply leave and go somewhere else that was more honest, transparent. Imagine a world where governments had to compete for their citizens and actually started doing what their job was to do and serve and protect the people. This would be a massive paradigm shift in the world that we live in. So in this video, guys, we're going to talk about what are DAOs, how you can get involved, and how you can actually make money with them. My name is Chasse, guys. I've been in crypto for 10 years. On this channel, we go into deep dives about the best projects in crypto and teach you everything that you need to know about the world of blockchain. Let's have a goal for this video to get 500 likes. So if you're watching, please help us get there. That'd be really, really great. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and let's get into it. So a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. So before we get into what a DAO is, let's first talk about why they're so important and why I love them so much, the idea of it. If you're like me, you're probably fed up by the lack of transparency that we have in governments and also the way that big corporations often do what's in the best interest of their shareholders, but not necessarily their customers. These legacy forms of governance or corporations aren't the best way to keep value within an ecosystem. And this is why DAOs are so interesting. Essentially, it's a crypto native way for people to coordinate their social capital, time, funding, aligning interests to create a greater good. And the whole point is to remove that central point of failure. Let me give you an example. So even if you have the most honest politician in the world, that one person has a point of failure. Imagine that that person has a wife and children, and there is a cartel and a gun to their head saying, you better do this or we're going to kill your family. Having a central point of failure is always a big vulnerability. When you decentralize something, an organization, whether it be an application, company, or governance, it removes central point of failure. This is incredibly important for security, longevity, trust, and transparency in any organization. Now, of course, there are some downsides to DAOs. One example I will give you is Dash. If you don't know, Dash is one of the original altcoins, and they have been a DAO for a very long time. Now, when I talk to a lot of the members at the Dash team, I get the same feedback from them every time. It is painful to make decisions within the DAO. If they want to get somebody on board to help them do some marketing, so someone will need to make a proposal to the community, and then it needs to be voted on by the community, and this whole process can take weeks or even a month just to make a decision. And that is a very inefficient way to run a business. 2022 is actually shaping up to be the year of the DAO, which is very exciting for me because back when I got in crypto back in 2012, everybody that I knew that was in crypto was in it because they were interested in the revolution. Decentralization was the center point of every discussion, every topic. And as crypto started to be adopted in 2017, the word decentralization really stopped being used, and that scared me a lot. And I really haven't heard it being expressed as a very important part of a new crypto project. So it's very exciting for me to see 2022 becoming, in my opinion, the year of DAOs, because decentralization is again at a center point, and this is very exciting to finally see the industry evolve in the direction that I hoped it had. So there's many different types of DAOs. Social DAOs like Friends with Benefits, protocol DAOs like Uniswap, investment DAOs like Colt DAO, collector DAOs like Pleaser DAO, media DAOs, Bankless DAO, gaming DAOs like YGG and Breeder DAO. So now let's talk about two of the largest DAOs in the world. We've got Ape DAO, which is essentially from the Bored Ape Yacht Club community, founded by Yuga Labs. And about 2 months ago, we saw a huge airdrop to all Bored Ape and Mutant Ape Club holders. So that's 45,000 people that were airdropped ape tokens. Now these ape tokens become your access to vote or your right to vote within the Ape DAO. Another massive DAO is Uniswap, maybe one of the biggest in the world. When they did the airdrop, they airdropped Uni tokens to 307,000 wallets, which means that there's 307,000 people who now could potentially vote in proposals. So Mark Cuban predicts that DAOs will disrupt companies. Mark says that DAOs are the ultimate combination of progressivism and capitalism. I also think that DAOs will disrupt governments one day. Okay, let me give you an example of one of the most interesting DAOs that I've come across recently. Colt DAO is a project that was recently brought to my attention back early February. And it was brought to me by a really good friend. And I read the token economics and the way that it was all autonomous and the way that the voting and governance happens. It was actually one of the first projects and DAOs that I had seen that was fully autonomous. First of all, in this one, the founder is totally anonymous, so you couldn't even find him. Even if you went and killed the creator of it, it would still keep running because it literally is just an automated machine at this point. Everything is done systematically in the code. Colt DAO is interesting. It's a decentralized venture capitalist firm that invests in other decentralized projects, hoping to help fund startups that are going for decentralization. Earlier, I told you about a way that you can make money. So one of the first rules about Colt DAO is to talk about Colt DAO. And recently, they just announced something called Revolt, which will be a new token in the Colt DAO ecosystem that will actually pay you for going and doing what the first rule is of talking about Colt DAO. So you can literally just go and like put up stickers over your city, or in their example, they even said like do some social disobedience, a really kind of an anarchist type of thing.
Introduce a little anarchy.
Or go and make tweets or GIFs, sticker packs, anything that you can do to promote and talk about Colt DAO, you'll be paid in this new Revolt token. So if you want to get involved in DAOs and potentially, make it part of your job, because these are things that pay out in real tangible assets that can be traded for real tangible money, which can get you real goods and services and food and things like that. All right, guys, this has been episode 2 in the Crypto 101 series. I hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, make sure that you smash the like for me if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. And if you want to see another useful Crypto 101 video, click here. And also, what else would you like to learn? Let me know in the comments below. I definitely will take that into consideration and add them to this Crypto 101 playlist.